Today we're going to find out, can you build the ultimate home gym based off of Gym Radar recommendations? Gym Radar tracks over 800 gyms. It has over 7,000 pieces of equipment in the database, and there's over 15,000 user-submitted reviews. We're going to take the top picks from each category and find out, is this gym the real deal, or is it all internet hype?
Massenomics.
All right, Tanner, you ready to do this? We're going to find out, can Gym Radar build the actual ultimate home gym?
Let's do it. For anyone that doesn't know, Gym Radar is the site we built, we developed. We believe it's the best source for home gym inspiration on the internet. You can build your home gym, check out other home gyms, and claim equipment, leave reviews, but especially today, what's important is you can claim equipment. And we're going to use all that data that's available to everyone on Gym Radar to try and build this Gym Radar community-driven home gym. And what are we going to do? Because we've got different categories on Gym Radar.
So that's the beauty of Gym Radar. You know, it tracks the ownership across categories. So I'm checking out the equipment tab on the website here, and you can sort through everything. But what we're doing for the sake of this exercise is we're going to go by each category. And in most cases, we're just going to take the top pick from each section and find out, is this actually a legit gym when it's all said and done, what the cost is. And then maybe when we're all done with it, we'll also look at if there's a budget alternative to this as well. So I don't know. Do we hop right into this?
I think we hop right in. We've done a little bit of looking at it prior, and I think we're going to be able to build a pretty cool home gym strictly off using like the number one recommendations here. So yeah, let's check it out and see what we're going to wind up with. You guys be the judges though, as we're going through and at the end. Is this a home gym you could use to actually get strong, get better, do whatever you want to do in a home gym? Where do we start?
First you start by going to gymradar.com. And if you don't have an account, start an account today. Add your gym. You'll love it. But you don't have to have an account to use Gym Radar. You can just visit the homepage and this little equipment button in the navigation, we're going to click that. And from there, we're going to get hit with the most owned by equipment type. And you're going to see all the categories. There's even more you can browse. But all good gyms start with the rack, don't they, Tanner?
They do. So generally, we're going to take at least one thing from each of these 11 categories, right? But in a couple categories, because it makes sense for your home gym setup, we're going to take a few more. That's the plan. But yeah, I agree. We got to start at the rack. What else do you have? If there's no rack, what is there?
It's not a gym.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. So if you click on the racks.
Yeah, looking at there, most owned racks, we're tracking 413 racks across all of Gym Radar. The number one most owned rack is the Rep PR 5000 with 114 gyms reporting that they own this rack. And
most owned by far, actually. It's a grand slam choice for us here.
Yes, and there is some, it's the usual faces, what you expect in here, Rep, Rogue, Titan, Bells of Steel. But we're going to pick the top pick here. I'm going to check the price on this bad boy. And we're just going to go right now with the default of what Rep shows in the very first option. If this will load on my computer. All right. Their base settings, we're not going to build a whole rack out for you guys because there is some variances here. So we're just going to pick what they're giving it to right away. And it's coming out to about $2,359. We also have this, oh my God, Rep pop-ups. Let's stop that. All right. So we're going to get the PR 5000. And the price, what did I say that was coming in at? $2,320.
Yeah.
So we'll add that, and that is our rack. I feel pretty good about that.
So rack is pretty much set up.
I think so.
Now. Yeah,
I don't, and that's a 6. So for people that don't know, this is the PR 5000. Yeah, the rack builder, the default option is 93-inch height. You have the 6-post, and it's black, but also it's coming with J cups. It's coming with a little upgrade on the pull-up bar. You could get this cheaper in a hurry. You could also get it way more expensive in a hurry, but we're going to treat it with the base option and roll with that.
One other thing I'll point out, because you can check this out in every category that we go to, you might be seeing that Rep is 1, 2, and 3 in the list, and they are for those individual pieces of equipment, those individual racks. You can see most owned racks by brand. Rogue, because people will say, well, what about Rogue? Rogue actually is the number one most owned racks by brand, but they have such a catalog variety, so many variety of products that it's distributed out amongst several different specific racks and that's where rep comes in number one, the actual specific rack. Something to keep in mind as we go through. But yes, great rack. What do we go to next? It's not, we got to go to probably either a bench or weight plate or barbell next.
Yeah, you know, we like strength at heart here. That's what we're all about over here. So we're going to take it from that approach. And I think next, should we do a bench? Do you want to do a bench next?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to go to the bench category. Looking at benches, we're tracking 282 benches. Number one in this category, the Rep Nighthawk with 108 gyms having that thing. Second place, also Rep, 83 are the PR 5000 flat bench, or sorry, FB 5000 flat bench. 83 gyms have that. Also, Rep kind of just cleans up the top 10. They have like 7 of the top 10 benches. Like they got the bench thing figured out, but we're going to go with the Rep Nighthawk. I'm going to check the price on this bad boy. And
which is good too, because for versatility in a home gym, we have an adjustable bench. You know, the number 2 is the Rep FB 5000 competition flat, but we can only do so much with that. So the adjustable one is probably a better utility fit
for sure. Yep. We're going to, if space, budget is all concerned, I think a really good bench under $500 that is adjustable. Like that's tough to beat.
Yep.
Okay. Bench. That was an easy one, man. Tanner, we're just cruising through this thing. No big deal.
Yeah, let's do plates next because that's a pretty easy one in our list also. We got to have weight plates.
Got to have weight plates in a gym to get strong. And Gym Radar is tracking 527 weight plates. Number one on the list, the Strength Co. with 143 gyms having Strength Co. plates. Yeah, like they're crushing it. They're doing great. Number 2, Cat Barbell. They have 128 gyms. And number 3, the Rogue Deep Dish are in 85 gyms. But Strength Co. It's what you have. It's what I have. We love them.
And there again, Rogue is the number 1 brand in plates. You know, they have a ton of different plate options that you could get from Rogue. And overall, throughout the entire catalog, you know, nobody owns more plates than the Strength Co. plates, or than Rogue in this case. But individual, you know, the Strength Co. iron plates are the number 1. Holding off Cat Barbell still.
Yes. Do we want to go with on the Strength Co. plates?
I think we just go with
the
that
465 pound set.
Like,
do we think that's fair?
Yep. That's a good for most people, a 465 pound set with the bar. You've got now over 500 pounds training weight. So yeah.
All right. So in that case, we are going Strength Co. 465 pound set.
Yep.
And that is coming in at $1,139.
Right.
Okay.
What are we going to put those weights on, though?
You got to have something to put those things on. We're gonna need a barbell. Let's check out the barbell section.
And here's where we might diverge a little bit from exactly, like so far we literally have true number 1s on the list in every case so far. And we want to stick as close to that as possible because we are really building what the Gym Radar community has voted on with their dollars to be the most popular items here. But I think this is one category where we got to make a couple caveats or a couple exceptions just to really fit the goal here and for it to make sense.
And okay, 2 things here. First, most owned barbell category. We have 656 barbells that we're tracking. In case you didn't know, there's a lot of barbells out there. And Tanner is saying something important there. This also is a little peek into the future of Gym Radar. We are going to be reworking these categories slightly in the future. And you say rework, you know, what are you going to do? Well, there's going to be some refinement, some more fine-tuned control of the categories. But right now, when you look at the most owned barbell section on Gym Radar, the number 1 most owned bar is the Texas Deadlift Bar. And it is an extremely popular bar. But where the ratings get skewed a little bit is that the way Rogue presents the barbells on their website is every barbell gets a unique URL and some other things. They split them out into unique products where Texas Power Bars combines them a little more. So what we did is we took them the way the manufacturers presented them on their website, but for the sake of getting true rankings, we're going to start combining some of these barbells that are split into like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 variants. We're going to put them into one pool of rankings, and then you can decide, what variant you have inside that variation of the barbell. So because of that,
so that's just another sweet improvement coming soon. So Gym Radar, you can trust. We're always trying to make it as accurate as possible.
But we're going to manually crunch the numbers for you today and tell you that the actual most owned version of any barbell is the Rogue Ohio Power Bar. And in this case, the number one variant of all of them is the 20 kilo Power Bar in black zinc, which is a good bar. Like, that is a good bar to pick. You can't go wrong with that.
Yep.
That bar will run you $365. And I'm going to get this added in here. Oh, formatting. Come on.
And I think because, which is a great all-around solid bar, you're going to be able to squat with that, bench with that, deadlift with that, rows, pretty much any accessory that you want to do with a barbell in your home gym. May not be the best one for Olympic, clean and press and snatches, I guess. If you're going that route, maybe you pick a slightly more knurling friendly option, something different. But for ours, this one makes a lot of sense. I do think for the barbells, though, we should pick one specialty bar for our gym, because just one bar is almost too boring. We got to have just a little bit of variation in this gym off the bat. And if we're going number one specialty bar, I think we just go with the number one on the list, right? What's the first one that pops up? It's actually number two in the barbell category as it is presently categorized, is the Titan Fitness Safety Squat Bar.
And this thing is owned by 119 gyms. And I guess I wouldn't have expected this, but after touring a lot of gyms, being in a lot of places firsthand, and looking at the Gym Radar data, it does make sense. This bar is out there. People are buying it, and it is a cheaper alternative to some of the more established, long-running players in the space. God dang, they have a hot sale on this thing right now. You know what this thing costs right now, Tanner?
What is it? Is it under $300?
$240 right now.
Hey, our Gym Radar made home gym is getting cheaper by the second. You can't afford not to build your home gym based on Gym Radar.
I was going to be.
That's really affordable.
I was like thinking it was like $290, $280, but $240, man, that is cheap. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Really can't afford not to at that price.
It'd be barbells and plates that's our go-to, but it'd also be sweet to have a pair of dumbbells.
Yes, it would.
Gym Radar
dumbbells.
Gym.
I think we need some adjustable dumbbells, and Gym Radar tracks all that as well. We have 321 dumbbell. As of right now, we combine dumbbell and kettlebell together, but there are 321 products in that category, and the number one option, the Rep Pepin Fast Series adjustable dumbbell with 154 gyms. I mean, that's the undisputed champ right there, right? Like that's
an easy choice.
That's crushing
too.
it. Those are doing great.
I don't think we would go with the smallest and not the biggest. So there's two choices in between. I don't know. Do we go 85 pound pair or 105 pound pair? It's got to be one of those two, I think.
Maybe. See, it's funny originally when they released these, the 65 pound option wasn't even available. They've since added that, but maybe you want to break 100. So we'll go 105 on these.
Okay.
It's going to cost you $1,300.
Not cheap, but you're also getting essentially an entire set of dumbbells for your home gym.
Yep.
If you were to go price an entire set of home dumbbells for your home gym, a different version, go to the Rogue Rubber Hex dumbbells that are here. One of the top ones on Gym Radar. Yeah, it's going to get spendy.
All right, we got those. Okay. Do we want to look at machines or cardio?
Let's do cardio first, because I think that's a pretty easy one to bite off.
Cardio, there's 1,000 flavors of it. You got to figure out what you're into, what you like. Number one, most owned cardio piece is the Rogue Echo Bike with 128 gyms. But there's some other great options in here. Number two, we got the Concept 2, the rower. There's the Bike Erg, Peloton's up there, the Ski Erg, Echo Rower. I mean, all of those are great. And if you have a strong preference towards one or the other, get that one, obviously. But the number one pick is not a bad pick.
By the numbers, the Concept 2 rower gives a really good run for the money on the Rogue Echo Bike, because the bike's at 128 and the Concept 2 rower is 117. So they do battle neck and neck on that. But the Echo Bike is the number one.
Yeah, you could, if you really wanted to get, pedantic here, you could say, by category, Concept 2 does have a few variations of the rower over the years, which might
Right.
it kind of actually does
Right.
just edge out the Echo Bike then, but we're going to just take number one for the sake of this category.
Yeah.
So that gets you the Echo Bike. What's that thing costing these days?
Boy, it's been so long since I purchased
You
mine,
got
I
yours
can't even
early. Do you know what it
remember.
costs now?
I feel like mine costs under $800.
I thought it
at the
was
time,
too.
but now it looks like it's $945.
$945 now, yes.
What? And just for comparison's sake, if we were going to go the rower, that's probably $990. So it's very similar cost wise. You're looking really similar, whichever those you picked.
This is also an important time to bring up one other thing. We know that you can build a much cheaper gym by hitting up Marketplace and going used. We've done a lot of it in our day. We've built many, we've built our gyms. We have many pieces in our gyms used.
I recommend you do that even. Like that should be part of your
one
strategy.
of the places you're always checking. But for the sake of this exercise, we're seeing what type of picks Gym Radar is giving you. So we are well aware of that, and we do encourage that.
Okay, now do we go to machine?
I think now we go to machines, yes.
Yeah. So machines is an interesting category for us to look at. Number one on Gym Radar is the Beyond Power Voltra. Somewhat controversial at times.
Owned by 96 gyms, surprisingly. Like that's...
Yeah, 96 gyms. It's owned by a lot of
getting out there.
gyms. The only one that rivals it so far is the Westside Scout Hyper. Those two battle back and forth sometimes for the number one spot. That one's at 89, owned in 89 gyms. I think for the sake of our exercise, though, we are taking the number one, and this is really going to increase the cost of our gym in this first scenario at least, but I think we got to take the Beyond Power Voltra. What I think, though, is maybe we pick a second, because this isn't the ultimate budget gym. We're just kind of going the ultimate Gym Radar gym. And I think we take two machines for our, to add a little variety. We're building a pretty complete home gym off of
I think
Gym
that's
Radar.
fair. With the Vulture, there's going to be one disclaimer is that depending on your needs and wants, there's going to be different mount costs in there.
Yeah.
For the sake of this exercise, we'll just leave the mounts out. I know that's okay.
Yeah.
If you're going to go with this, leave a few extra $100 in the budget for some mounts, but that's going to depend on the person for what you go with there.
So we want to add one other machine, and then we're looking at number 2 on the list is Westside Scout Hyper, or number 3 on the list is the Freak Athlete Hyper Pro. If we went truly what the list is suggesting, we would just go number 2 Westside Scout Hyper, but I'm tempted to say we go number 3 Freak Athlete Hyper Pro because it's just so much versatility for this home gym. I don't know. What do you think
agree.
about
If we're talking maximum impact in a home gym space, it's hard to beat the Hyper Pro in just the number of options it gives you. And unless you're a really big fan of the Westside Scout Hyper, I think I would also lean towards the Hyper Pro just based off of versatility.
Okay. Let's add
So the Hyper Pro Memorial
for our
Day sale,
second.
$699.
Not bad. It does 47 different things.
Man, I really need to work on getting just 3 more, get it to 50.
Okay, so we do have a Voltra. Now, we do have a rack. We do have a barbell and stuff. So we're going to need a few things to attach to it. So we're going to go to our attachments category. And we're going to take more from this category than anything else. It's the most affordable category. They're all things that obviously add on to the other things we already have to add a lot of versatility in the gym. Are we going to take the top 5?
I think we're just going to take the top 5. You
Okay.
might say, okay. Number 2 is the Mammoth Belt Squat. You might say, well, with a Voltra, you wouldn't necessarily need that. You could hack something together, but maybe we'll just take, for the sake of this exercise, maybe we'll just take the top 5 and roll with it.
Okay. We'll do that for to take off too much subjectivity from it. We'll take the top 5 for now, which is a pretty legit top 5.
is.
Actually, that caveat you brought up there is an important one. The rest of it, there's almost like they just
They
make
do.
sense.
They're all great pieces to have. The attachment category is massive. We have over 1,200 pieces in the attachment category. The number 1, this is a bit of a surprise because it is relatively new, is the Rogue rotating V-grip cable attachment. And what's the price on this thing? $95. Like you have one, right? You didn't really recently add one.
I have this.
I'd like to try it sometime, but it seems for what it is, it's not too bad on the price.
Okay. Yeah. So we added that in for $95. Not bad at all. The next on the list is the Mammoth Belt Squat, owned by 118 gyms. Pretty close in a second position. And we did say we are going to add that for now at least. That's on sale for $299.
Yeah, I think you got to get the kickstand, which as of right now, the kickstand only adds $20. So,
okay.
Really can't afford not to at that.
No, you
so we
can't
got the
afford
Mammoth
not
Belt
to.
Squat for $320 going in there.
We're also starting to see a good variety of equipment manufacturers pop up on the list. You know, it was quite a bit of Rep Fitness in there, not too surprising to me in the home gym space, but we're looking at Rep, Rogue, Strength Co, Titan, Beyond Power, Freak Athlete, now Fringe Sport, and then let's go to number 3 on the attachment, which is the Mutant Metals UDA, the Ultimate Dip Attachment, which we do a lot of home gym tours. If you've never watched ours on our channel, make sure to check them out. We see this thing in a lot of home gyms, and it is very nice quality.
It is.
Like, this is a quality.
It is a high-end piece for sure. There's without a doubt cheaper options available, but it's high on the list, and high on the list for a reason. People like it and they appreciate the build quality. $360, and I believe you can also make that a little more expensive depending on what options you go with on a few things here. But yeah, I mean, if you get it, it is a nice piece. $360. We got that added in. What else are we rounding out the top 5 with? We got number 4, the Spud Inc. Long Ab Strap. Very affordable. I use mine all the time. I highly recommend it. I think people should have this thing. And $39. Like, come on.
Yep.
You don't got that thing. Just get it. You'll find, trust me, if you don't have it, get it. You will just find a use from it. Like, leave it in your gym. Leave it somewhere accessible. Eventually, you'll grab it and be like, this is what I'm going to do with it.
More variety now. Spud Inc. Making it to our list. I would also say we talk about the data, the number of gyms that own each of these pieces of equipment. The other thing you can look at is the reviews, and there's an easy star rating on each one too. You can look like the Ab Strap. It's been reviewed 23 times. It has a 4.91 review rating out of 5 stars. So it's very highly reviewed. It's one of the most highly reviewed on this entire list of attachments. The other one, that's the only one here that I see in the top 12 that's even more highly rated, is the number 1 product, that Rogue V-Grip. It's been reviewed 35 times and has a 4.98 rating, which is insanely high for something with that many reviews.
The ratio on that has to be one of the highest on the entire website.
Yeah, that's crazy. That tells you a lot about that one. And in the 3 categories for the review rating are performance, build quality, and value. So, you know, price and everything else is going into is a factor in that. Just interesting that that's rated so highly as well. But one more attachment, right? Do we want to do one more? I mean, is this redundant in comparison of number 1, or is it better to have this as additional?
You know,
variety?
it's attachments. People love attachments. We're gonna go one more
right.
here. We're gonna get number 5, the Rep Fitness Multi-Grip Curl Bar. I also have this piece, and you can get cheaper options on Amazon. They exist, but price really isn't bad on this thing. What's it running these days?
No.
$54.99. I like mine. I think it's really great. I use it pretty regularly, and yeah, $54.99, really not that bad.
No, that's not bad at all. Oh, just a couple of categories left.
Well, that's kind of the big ones, isn't it, right there?
Yeah, I would say that's the biggest. That's the biggest 8 categories. We got a couple left. I think we have a strongman category. I think we take one item from there because it might add some cool options for your training. And if we go to number 1 in the strongman category, we get to the Cerberus dual ply sandbag, which I have several of these. These are very nice. We have a discount code with this. We have a discount code with several of these companies. Actually, if you go through Gym Radar, that's all kind of built right into it that you can see there too. We do also have affiliate links with a lot of not all of these brands, not even all of these that we've talked about, but several of them. And we have affiliate partnerships and links here. So if you're clicking on these through our site, we get something back from that, hopefully. And it helps us continue to be able to make the site cooler and better and work on it even more, make it even better product as we go. But the Cerberus dual ply sandbag, I guess we got to pick a size.
Yeah, you got to pick a size. I mean, the price doesn't change, from the lightest one being 100 pounds, $95 to a 220 being 130.
Do we take like the 176?
I think that's probably a pretty good starting point. If you're into strongman, you're going to know more what you want. 176, that's a pretty good starting point. If you're newer to training.
Or do we just go straight to the 397?
You know what? It's only one way to learn. No, I think 176 is a pretty good starting point. Depending on what you're trying to do, you can go lighter, heavier, but hard to go wrong with the 176 pound bag for $120. You will need to buy sand for that, but you can track that down.
And I don't know if we ever mentioned in here, we're not figuring shipping into the price on this. Some of these brands are going to have a shipping. Did we talk about this? Some of these brands are going to have shipping cost on them. Some of them it's built into the price.
Some of them you live by the warehouse, you pick it up cheaper. It just, everyone's shipping situation is different. So,
right. So, but be aware that we are also aware that could change the price a little bit once you go shipping on all of this stuff. All right. Depending on the brand.
We got a strongman. I'm looking at the miscellaneous category here. 1,700 products in miscellaneous. There's a lot there. And while I really do believe everyone should get a drink spotter of some kind, they should also be a certified training facility, get you some extra bonus perks on Gym Radar. Do that today. Plus you get a sweet ass banner and certificate to hang in your gym. I mean, the benefits are endless, but we're going to skip those for now. We
can't ignore the most owned piece of equipment on Gym Radar.
It's the Tractor Supply horse stall mats, 4x6 horse stall mats, 3/4 inch thick. More than likely made in America or Canada, just depending on the batch you get. And the price will also vary depending on where you're at, but they're typically right around that $47 to $50 mark. And I don't know how many of these are going to need for your gym.
Are we going to say you need 6 of them?
I think that's a good starting point. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's say stall mats, 47, we'll just say 48 times 6. It's going to bring you to $288. This is a good starting point.
Last category is storage. And are we going to take just a couple of storage items there? Again, you could get more elaborate on this, but for a starting point, we're just going to take.
I think we just do this. I think we just say wall control and hooks, and do we set aside like $150 in the budget or something like that? Like that'll do some damage at wall control, right?
Right. Because wall control is the number one storage items. Wall control panels are owned by 161 gyms on the site. We both have wall control. We use it. We see it in so many home gyms that we tour. It's no surprise that it's at the top of the list here. But yeah, that gets you a start. You may want more of it. You may want to expand that, but it gets you a start. And then I think we also take number 2 on the list too.
Yeah.
Then from Darko, the barbell anchor.
It's with a two barbell solution gym like we have right now, a power bar and an SSB. Like this is what you need. It's great. Barbell anchor, $99. It was one of the first pieces I had in my gym. I think it's a great option that anyone from with a home gym would benefit from.
Great product from a great company.
$99.
So that gives us 19 different pieces of equipment. We've gone through every category. We picked 5 attachments. We picked a couple storage items. We picked 2 barbells. We picked 2 different machines, and then we got 1 rack, 1 bench, 1 set of adjustable dumbbells, our weight set, and our cardio equipment. I think that's
you got a legit gym.
We went through it all.
We
went through it all. So is it a legit gym?
There's one major part we're overlooking. You got to deck it's not a real gym until you've decked it out with flags and banners from Massenomics.com. Go check those out.
Obviously.
Add those to your gym. Yeah. That's what gives it the personality and the character.
I mean, you should buy those before you even have a gym to put them in. Just have them on.
They take up no room. They come folded, ready to go. So they're sitting, waiting in the corner. I highly recommend that. Do that. And then once you have those, then you can start worrying about the equipment. But what do you think what do you think we're going to come to on the price here, Tanner?
Oh, I don't know. It's not we actually, before we even started recording this, we did some discussion on that. In my mind, I was thinking it's probably going to be between $5,000 and $10,000. That was my range. And then I just wondered if it's $7,500. So without me really doing the math, I'm just guessing. I think we're going to
be closer to 10, but let's get the grand total it's going to be 10. Through the power of Google Sheets.
Can you crunch those
numbers? The numbers and $11,224. Okay. There's going to be some shipping and tax in there. So probably at least another 1,000 on that.
Yep. Yep. You're looking at a $12,500 gym, but maybe by the time it's said and done, right?
But you're gonna have a sick ass gym at that point there.
And we weren't going for the most budget gym because we know you can buy stuff used. You don't have to pick the number one in every category. We could go cheaper than that. Yeah, that's not inexpensive, but it's a very nice gym.
I'll tell you this.
You've got a lot of options
toured
there.
Countless gyms all over the country. You have this set up, you're gonna have a pretty sweet gym. Like we see some sweet gyms and they don't have as nice of a setup as this. I don't have as nice of a setup as this. Like this is a really nice setup.
It's very nice.
Yeah. You have a legit gym for sure.
Yeah. I don't know that we need to go line by line and change everything, but just a couple talking points. If we were going to make this a more affordable gym, the first changes I would make is the Vultra goes.
Yeah.
That's $2,200. That goes away.
Well, okay. Actually, we kind of need to take it line by line to get to where we're going to be. We'll do it. Okay. We'll do it fast though.
Okay.
PR 5,000.
Yeah.
One thing on that you can look at is if we go back, we can bring it down to a 4-post.
Yep.
And I believe the 4-post option, if we get in there, this one takes the longest just because depending on how you build it. These other ones go a little faster. 4-post, we can turn off the weight storage, no weight storage. We can go a simpler pull-up bar. We can also switch out our safeties for pin pipe. Damn, all of a sudden we're down to $1,024. So
so it cut it in more than half, and less.
There is a way to
saved us $1,300 right there.
Yep, that's how I started my gym. I started my gym with a 4-post rack. Nothing wrong with a 4-post rack. You can totally get strong with it. And then if you decide to add a few more posts as time goes on because you added more stuff, you can do that. So I don't think that's a bad suggestion right off the bat there. Let's keep the rep Nighthawk.
I don't think we I don't think we changed that, do we?
I mean, you're going to save $100-ish.
No, we keep that.
I think we keep that. Strength Co plate set. I mean, there's cheaper options, but I think we can keep that, right?
If we go to Rogue, it's not going to be any cheaper. We could go to Cap, but I have some dignity.
Right? Have some respect, man. When you're 45-pound plates, they should weigh 45 pounds, right? You got to know what you're lifting here.
Honestly, your budget option for plates
is used.
If that's your goal, you just buy them used. That's the budget. But we're
$1-ish a pound wherever you're at. Like that's something to look at.
Barbells, do we change anything? There's not a lot of money to save there. You could get rid of the SSB if you wanted strictly one barbell, but I'm kind of saying you keep that. It's $240.
Yeah, I think we're going to keep both those options for now because it's the thing. It's a game of like really pinching pennies there as far as this goes. Right. The rep set, you could get rid of you don't necessarily need the 125-pound option. I don't have the 125-pound,
Could you go to the power block, say the 70-pound power block, and does that save a ton of money or is it not that much?
That is a good.
Yeah, 70-pound power block is $668. The Elite USA Elite USA 70.
Okay.
I
don't hate that decision. Elite USA 90 for $668.
Oh well, that's really the 70, honestly.
Oh, sorry.
The 90 pound,
70. Yes.
Yeah. Trying to shave. So you're going from your max dumbbell of 105 to 70, but it's an option.
Well, okay, if we're price shopping there, what is the cheapest?
65 repping.
65-pound pair is $899. So it still is.
Yeah, we save a little bit of money.
You're still saving over $200. Also, same thing there. Power block's been around forever. You can find those suckers used if you want. Or if you want to pick up a full set used, you can save some big bucks there too. All right, what do we got left in the list? Beyond Power. The Vultra's going. If we're doing a budget, the Vultra's going. Freak Athlete Hyper Pro. If we're going to pick one machine, I would lean towards keeping that. But also if you're on a budget, you could also just do no machines. Like that's not.
You're right. That would be the option there for sure.
So we could, we'll just go with our moderate budget and then we'll look at how we could pare this down even more. But we have 5 attachments right there. I don't think you need all 5 of those. I mean, I don't have most of those. Spud Ink, $40. We'll keep that. That's nothing. Multi-grip curl bar, sure, that's $50.
Keep that. Get rid of the Rogue one, though, because those are two fairly similar.
Yeah, you also don't need the belt squat, the Mammoth belt squat.
That's probably goes for
the Mutant
sake.
Metals. It's great, but there's budget
survive.
options out there too. So you don't. That one could go in a hurry. I mean, every company has a budget option from like $70 to $100. So that's an easy way to save a bunch of money there. Sandbag. You don't need a sandbag. You know, like that's an easy one to scratch.
Got to keep the stall
mats.
mats.
Keep the stall mats. You got to have something to set that stuff on. Wall control, I mean, you could save a few dollars there. Same thing, the Darko one, but I do believe those are good quality of life items. Did we scratch the cardio category altogether? Yeah, because you can just, if you're on a budget, you can just go outside most of the time.
You just walk. Okay.
Right?
So we're not getting a cardio
I don't think you have to.
But if we got rid of the Voltra, do we even keep the multi-grip curl bar then? Or are we going to get...
Actually, it doesn't make any sense.
The next piece on the list would be the Bells of Steel cable tower.
Yeah, how much is that?
For example. That's $1,300. So it's not cheap either.
No, but it does add a lot to your training having that.
Well, hear about this. Number 12 on the list is the Titan plate-loaded lat pull-down and cable row machine. That's going to save us some money, and it's still in our top 12 list. It's $535.
Okay, that is saving some money. You're right. I'm getting the...
Yeah. Let's add that as a machine, because then we got something to use our attachments on.
$535.
This is our more budget, but still pretty complete home gym.
You're still going to have a really nice gym with this. Yeah. Should we get the grand total on what we have so far here?
Yeah. What's this cost?
Are we under 7? Be under 7. Be under 7.
I think it is.
$5,700. That's a pretty legit setup for 57.
We cut it in half.
Yeah, and even there, like you're not getting. It's not like you got crap here either. Like this is
still based on highly owned gym equipment on Gym Radar. What the data's telling us.
And if you wanted to pare this down even more, like if you're really just getting into your home gym, I don't even know if we need to calculate it out, but you could take out the Freak Athlete Hyper Pro. Like that's something you could scratch in a hurry.
Yep.
Boy, that would be probably my only one for like, I mean, you could start looking at more budget options on anything and save a few $100. You know, you could get a cheaper power bar from Bells of Steel or Titan, save, $100 or $200. You could save $100 on a bench. Just be careful. Some of them start to get really cheap there. You could go, like we said, you could go cheaper than Strengco plates. Those are eating up a good chunk of the budget, but, it's kind of just like figuring out what's good for your training, what you're into, and you can adjust accordingly. But yeah, that $5,700, that's a nice gym at that point still.
Do you think you could get strong with these two Gym Radar home building?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, we get real strong with these Gym Radar options. That being said, make sure if you have a home gym and you're not on Gym Radar yet, get your gym on there, add this equipment. Once the gym's on there, add some photos so we can check it out, and then add your equipment that you've got, because that equipment that you say you own, and then you even review if you want to too, which is also cool. But when you say you own it, that's what reflects these numbers. And then when other people are using the site for things like this for their own personal use, we get messages, DMs, emails daily about how this helped them make purchasing decisions for their home gym. Usually not them building out an entire home gym from scratch. That's usually not what most people are doing. But when they're looking at an individual piece of equipment, they go, wow, I wasn't all that aware of the Titan Fitness plate-loaded lat pull-down cable row machine. And it might not be the most highly rated, but it's rated pretty well. It's owned by a lot of gyms, and the price is affordable. Like, it could be an option for me. So that's kind of the cool part about the numbers behind Gym Radar.
You nailed it, man.
Go get on Gym Radar. Make sure to check out the Massenomics videos coming out every single week. We're touring gyms all around North America. We've got several more that are coming. Following this week, there'll be more home gym tours. We appreciate everyone for following along.
Tell us in the comments, is that a legit gym setup? What would you switch out? What did we do right? What did Gym Radar do right or wrong? What changes would you make to make the ultimate gym? Is that it?
We'll see you on our radar. Yeah, I think we'll see you on the
radar.
radar.
All right, see you later.